Welcome to the Radiant Black podcast. This is the show about Radiant Black and everything Massiveverse. But today, we're taking a slightly lunar twist as we talk about the debut of Moon Man #1. I'm your host, Bash, and I'm joined by my friends and my fellow hosts, Ali, Matt, and Charlie. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing all right. I made it back just in time. Excited for this book. We've been looking forward to it for a while. Excited to hear what you guys thought about it too.
Yeah, exactly. Big fan of Kid Cudi, and I didn't think I'd be covering one of his comics, but here we are, and I'm here for it. Let's get into it.
Yeah, love the name Lunar Lad there. But I'm doing good. Ready for this one. There was a lot of hype around this one. Saw a lot of buzz today, all day on Twitter and stuff. So that was great to see. We were talking Kid Cudi tweeting a bunch of stuff. He looked really excited. So yeah, can't wait to get into this one. It was super exciting, and can't wait to get into it. How are you doing, Bash?
Good, yeah. I got to read this one early, but I'm glad I read it multiple times because I feel like it's better with each reread, and it leaves you wanting more. So without further ado, let's get into the discussion. We have, of course, some pages that we're going to screen share, and yeah, I made the joke earlier. I don't want to get sued by Kid Cudi, but for real though, so we'll keep it less here.
Igor threw up the first page anyway, so I think we're okay with the first page at the very least.
Right. So here's the first page, which is like not even the first page of the comic, but just the credits. Let's talk about the creators on this book. So we've got the script by Scott Mescudi, aka Kid Cudi, and Kyle Higgins. Art by Marco Locati. Colors by Igor Monti. Letters by Hassan Otsmane-Elhaou. And of course, editor and designer Michael Basuto. And production by Wesley Griffith. Those names are familiar, aka Radiant Black, Massiveverse. But yeah, it's cool to see. This is, of course, not part of the Massiveverse, so let's just get that out of the way. This book is not part of the Massiveverse. It's its own thing, but that's still pretty exciting because there's a lot that happens. So
more freedom and less consequences on both universes, so they can both kind of be their own thing, which I think is going to benefit them both.
Yeah.
Right. Before we get into the book, real quick, if you see on the top right where it says kilometers, AU, LS, it says the same thing on the website, just in kilometers. I think AU is astronomical unit. Does anyone know what LS means?
LS? No idea.
Nope.
That's cool though. That's a cool touch. I love the design of the book, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to go out and get a physical copy. But were any of you guys able to get it physical? Like, how's the physical book look? How's it look itself?
So here it is. We've got a copy we're going to be giving away today. It's really nice. This is the A cover. And if there's actually something really funny, if you look at the bottom, there's a mistake. It's kind of hard to show on the physical copy, but there's like the signature twice. Igor's signature here and like Marco Locati and Igor's signature.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
It's signed twice on the bottom of the A cover. So I don't know if that's like just like a mistake or something, but it's hilarious. It's nice.
It's clearly intentional. It's some plot relevant stuff right there for sure. But no, that's cool.
So US Canada giveaway, guys. Make sure you participate to the end of the stream, and we'll be giving copy out. It's a really good book. It's pretty thick. There's even some back matter in the issue, which is fantastic. And yeah, the paper quality is beautiful. Highly recommend. Check it out.
Yeah.
Shout out Owen and Greg who are here with us in the chat. Shout out you guys. Hope you guys like the book, but yeah, it looked like so many people were reading it today, and it kind of seemed like it was one of those books that did I don't know about you guys, but kind of hit that stratosphere of hit a couple people that weren't really into comics. Like it kind of hit a few people that were new into comics, kind of brand new. Obviously Kid Cudi fans. I think Megan had that same effect on Radiant Pink. So that was kind of good to see here. So yeah, I wonder how many new comic readers we got from this series. But
I'll tell you when I went to pick the book up from my comic store, almost everybody there had a copy too. So it's been going good. And I just asked. I asked if he had any incentives or something, but unfortunately he did not. But he did give me the poster, which will also be giving a giveaway. So.
Yeah, we're gonna be giving away that poster as well, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a large.
It's huge, so I'm gonna leave it at this.
That's no joke.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you're gonna need a
First
big
of all,
swap for that.
Hell
You're gonna
yeah!
need a
Can we
big
appreciate
swap
how
for that.
awesome that is? First
It's pretty cool.
let's say hello to everybody. What's up, Owen? Of course,
Yeah, what's up,
Owen,
guys.
friend of the podcast, going to be on the next episode, reviewing Rated Black 28 with us.
Yeah. And you can bring that poster to cons, guys, and get that third Igor Monti signature on it too.
Yeah.
Greg Thorstad, how you doing, buddy?
Light seconds, LS. Light seconds, that could be.
Oh, that's a good one.
Maybe.
Or light speed or something.
Lunar
Yeah, light seconds.
Light speed.
Parker, always good to see Parker. Spot on with the Peter Parker and the symbiote costume profile picture. Love it. So yeah, guys, Rating Black podcast people, nice to see. Rating Black Discord people, nice to see them here, guys. The poster that Ali just showed, that's the perfect giveaway prize because you can get it signed by everybody and it's huge. So like, it's really nice.
It's really big. It's really big.
Yeah. This is an ongoing comic, guys. Get hype. We've already seen 4 issues solicited. And like Kid Cudi's got money, right? Like it's not like he's concerned about it getting canceled or anything. So he can keep going as long as he wants if he wanted to be honest. So guys,
the second printing happening. So
oh yeah. But that's actually, I'm glad you brought that up. We can talk about that right now. So let's share the screen here.
Always a good sign, by the way.
Oh, of course. I mean, the news came pretty quick. So if you're worried, if you're wondering what we're talking about, Moon Man #1 has already sold out at the distributor level, and it's being rushed back for a second printing. I think it's just going to be a recolored second print cover, but I don't know for sure yet. It says it'll be available in the comic shop February 28th. Yep.
Yeah, that's they wasting no time on that. Yeah, that's great to hear. And they seem super happy about it too, which was good, Kyle and Kid Cudi. So yeah, that's great to see. I was kind of bummed, and I don't know about you guys, but were you guys able to check out the song? I know that they're able to or releasing a song with this. That's not live yet, right?
It's not live yet.
That's what everyone's been talking about, bro.
Okay, yeah, I don't believe so. So yeah, I did see this tweet by Kyle Higgins. It says, starting right now, digital readers can buy and read issues of Moon Man, and once it's live, listen to new music from Kid Cudi right now at moonman.com.
So once it's live.
Yeah, there's supposed to be that track 001 Black Ops featuring Denzel Curry. It's not up yet. It's going to be on the moonmancomic.com moonmancomic.com website whenever that's up. It's hard to get song releases and comic releases out at the same time. So I mean, this happens sometimes when you swing for the fences and it's like a delayed, but I mean, the people picking up the book like a week from now, it's not even going to be an issue. So, you know,
now, do you guys think there could be a new song out with each issue kind of thing? Or
hey, they did it with Rating Black, at least for the first arc. Every issue came out with a song.
That would be sweet, and I hope
Kyle loves his multimedia, man. You know that.
Yeah. That's very true. I hope he does it. I'd be totally here for that. And I guess this isn't a huge spoiler, but we see our main character. He's listening to a song. He goes back and he listens to a song in the book, kind of at his house when he gets home. Yeah. Is that the song he's listening to? Do we know that? Or like, did you guys take it as that? Like that song he's releasing is the song that's in the story? Or am I kind of pushing too far here? Maybe. I
mean, I didn't think about it that hard, but now that you're laying it out,
maybe I did. I don't know. The lyrics were going. I was like, oh, okay, maybe that's like an in-story thing. But I'd be curious to see that. But this first page, man.
By the way, the last giveaway we did with the shift cover actually won by Owen. So the Daniele Di Niccolo variant. I'm gonna put that with a bunch of the other shit, which I found all of. So wait, here, give me 1 sec. Just, you guys can talk about 1 sec. I'll be right back.
Well, the first thing that I felt after looking at this first page was this looks just like Kid Cudi. I didn't look at any preview pages before reading this or anything like that. I listened to a couple of interviews, but he looks just like Kid Cudi. And then immediately, obviously, the Igor Monti colors they jump right at you.
Yeah.
No, this was a wild page to open with. I think like definitely a crazy start. They don't hold your hand first off, like jumping into this, like the whole story and everything. But this first page was killer. Like you could hang this up in an art gallery and no one would bat an eye. Like this thing looks incredible. It's actually like it's not as Igor wasn't as vibrant actually as I thought he was gonna be in this book.
I agree.
But I love what he did. Like it's so cosmic, but not quite as bright as Igor normally does his colors. I found it's a little darker tone in that way, but he still does a great job nailing it. So
I think it's the palette too, right? Like Supermassive one, at least that was super bright, super neon, like in your face. This one's a little
Inferno
more
Girl,
subtle,
same
a little
thing.
more Inferno Girl too. You're right.
Yeah.
This one is a little more. I still like it, but you're right. It's a little more.
I love it.
It-
And we've seen what he does
grounded,
deep
right?
cuts too. Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Deep cuts. We've seen what he can do. Like he's just showing how, like he's kind of just trying to stretch his I don't know, his skills a little bit more, try to get out of his comfort zone a little bit more. And I love it. I love to see it for sure.
What do you guys think is happening?
I'll tell you a second, but I just want to say the giveaway. Owen won the trivia, so I still have his stuff. So he has the variant we were giving away, the Cal #1, and the Radiant Black poster, which I found. Owen finally. We said that if you left a comment on the video, you'd be entered for the shift giveaway, and we did the randomizer, and you won. But if you don't want the shift cover, if you already have it, let me know, and we can just randomize it again from the take your name out of the pool, randomize it again, give it to someone else. If you do, I'll happily put it alongside the other stuff. But congratulations.
Yeah, I was just saying, what do you guys think is going on?
No idea. No idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
My assumption is like this is the after effects of the 7 minutes. Whatever happened in that 7 minutes, this is either what happened or like his memory or how it's affected him has led to this, right?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. This is definitely a page we're going to be going back to in a couple issues over and over, and we'll be like, oh, that makes sense. Kind of, I don't know. Yeah, it definitely looks like he's standing there. I don't know what that big ball of energy is. Are they bringing up something up to him? But yeah, I definitely got some existence vibes with this a little bit. I don't know about you guys. Just the very, I don't know. It was just crazy. Like you don't know what to believe. It's just a very cosmic entity almost. But yeah, it's definitely leaves a lot of questions, which are great. But it started out with a bang. It really did.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I this is the first page as well, like the very first page of the book, I think. So like I thought it was like a very interesting way to start. I think like at least my interpretation of it is at the beginning, first of all, yeah, he does look exactly like Kid Cudi, the main character, so I noticed that too. Second, I do think because you know how they said that basically what the story is about this astronaut who got lost for 7 minutes somewhere while they were en route to get to the moon. So nobody knows what happened during that 7 minutes, but a lot of people around the world are invested. And the company that got this astronaut, whose name is I think Ramon, up there to the space, they're like a really sketchy company. You know what I mean? Like Morrow, basically from Dead Lucky.
They're off the books. Like it seems like they're very experimental, like stuff. Like they do space stuff, but stuff NASA is not even going to touch. Like it's just too dangerous. They're not.
It could be like SpaceX, or like all these space places, all these space agencies that will like send you to space if you're just a billionaire. Like doesn't matter. Like you can insert like any company that's corrupt, because the dialogue here is really good. It had a lot of that Higgins signature.
It is
down to earth dialogue, which I like. But anyways,
well, also one of the astronauts was like the CEO's son, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like the submersible almost too.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Greg. It's like seemed like a mix of Tesla and Amazon. Totally, man.
A little bit of SpaceX in there, right? Like SpaceX is Elon's like little space company,
right?
But yeah, definitely some Tesla stuff. Like, yeah, I like it. And this book hits you like a lot of us can kind of feel it, right? Like there's massive companies, and it doesn't help the little guy, right? At the end of the day, like where billionaires are sending each other to space, well, there's a lot more problems to tackle, I think. So there's definitely that like lingering in the background of this really cool like sci-fi tale.
Have you guys noticed that every time he's experiencing some sort of power effect, his eyes change color?
Yes.
Like right here, his eyes are not like they have this like yellow.
They're kind of like tearing. It looks like he has tears, but they're going up, almost like they're floating up. In a way. Yeah, no, it's super cool. Like I'm curious how much he knows about these powers. Like it seems like he does have a lot of questions, but obviously he does know more than the reader does at this point, having gone through all of this. So that's a big question too. Was this 7 minutes? Was it actually 7 minutes, or was it an interstellar 7 minutes where they go down onto the planet and it's like days and
that's a scientific unit, by the way. You might not have heard of it. And Interstellar 7 minutes, based on the Christopher Nolan movie.
There you go. You just always got to go to that. But yeah, there's a lot of questions. But yeah, it's definitely a banger page. But I wasn't expecting. I was surprised how grounded it went after this. Like it had a pretty crazy beginning, and then it kind of died. Like it kind of calmed down a little bit. Went to Ramon's kind of personal life and stuff. And I really like how the story went, for sure. So
do you guys think? Like, what did you think about Marco Locati's artwork on this book?
Oh,
I'm impressed.
Very fitting.
Yeah. It's really good. Yeah.
I think it fits the book. It fits the tone and the pace it's going on right now.
Yeah, there's like the second page we see. That's the Janus Aerospace. So we're at the company. They're showing us a different perspective at some different point in time. But this, again, is at the very beginning of the book. So we're getting an idea of like Charlie said, the kind of shady shit this company is doing. Some of it experimental, maybe some of it like super experimental. Like, what the hell's going on here? Like, the same color as his eyes, right? And what's cool is that like his eyes are glowing like the powers, but then it looks like he's looking at something that looks like an eye from like a different perspective. So
yeah, that's true. This is a page that I have no idea what's going on. I don't know where he's hooked up in this machine. I assume he's kind of inside this thing, or is he out? Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm super intrigued.
I love the colors though.
Yes,
like the face of this, like holy crap, like just
no, it's pretty crazy, and I assume like we also find out he went with the crew, obviously, and everyone is, or at least a couple of them are experiencing these same kind of things in power. So I'm kind of I actually I don't think we've confirmed if they do have these powers yet, but I think we can assume that. But
you know what I really like about the color palette is like, no one has like a very like so I don't want to say like bleak, but fitting in a good way, like the color, because it's meant to emphasize like the situation and everything. So it's a lot of grays and dark greens and light greens, and I feel like in the background of a lot of Moon Man, we have a lot of that. We have like a lot of these like light greens, gray, like light blue textured colors that you see on the right side of this page. But then every time something cosmic or something like superpower happens, you get like an explosion of different colors. And I really like that contrast played throughout the book, because not only does it emphasize like obviously, the action part of what's going on, but I think from a story perspective, it's really cool because it shows you how like you guys mentioned earlier, it's a very grounded setting. But then every time something like surreal happens, it really feels surreal. Like it really truly
just pulls you out of it. Pulls you out of that grounded situation right away. Like it literally pulls you to a different tone in the story. And yeah, it seems like it's going to lead more and more towards kind of that. But still getting a lot of stuff on the ground. But yeah, I have a lot of questions about his little coworkers here too. What you guys think about Buckley? You guys a fan of Buckley?
No. He
gives me
what's his name? He gives me Braden vibes.
Exactly. That's gonna be the new Image United team up. It's like Radiant Black, Invincible, and Moon Man.
I love how it never directly tells you who Buckley is, but you just know. Like you just know right away that it's the person talking. Like he just has that look on his face. Like you just know that it's Buckley himself. It's like Buckley. Right away. So it's great. It's great.
Back to what you're saying though about like the disconnect with like the grays and the colors, like it just shows like even just the writing of Ramon in this, he's been on Earth this entire issue, but he doesn't feel like he came back, right? Like something clearly has changed his like way of thinking and his way of life, and he's just still he's Moon Man, right? Like he's further away from this life where everyone else is living on the surface. He's seen it from a different angle, and he's had a lot of change in his life.
That's pretty cool, Marco. Yeah, that's actually really cool.
I like that. I like that, and that would make a ton of sense. I'd like to see that kind of like Superman, right?
the opposite.
Especially since like during the day he was relatively tame, and then maybe at night that's when shit started really happening, right?
You can free his mind at night.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. These are isolation tanks. Maybe they got to put them in.
And this is from the guy who did the day and night, right? So
right.
Yeah.
That's his life into it. Who knows? So that would be pretty cool, though. I'm not gonna lie. You could like totally put that song.
No, I like that. I like that. Good show, Parker, for sure.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, I like that. That's a good point about the moon stuff. Like this, I really like enjoyed this issue. Like it did hit me. Like I don't know what you guys thought, but yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of this, and I thought there's a lot of potential. It's weird how we'll get to his powers later, but it's very similar to Radiant Black. Like very kind of similar.
Oh yeah, even the first time he uses it, he kind of like freezes everything around him. It really reminded me of that page of Radiant Black in #1 where he freezes the trains before it hits them and the cops. Yeah, but like look at his friend here. Like I forgot his name, but I like that he's the guy who's a rebel. You know what I mean? The guy who's
Micah?
Isn't that his brother?
Yeah, that's his son. Is that his son?
No, I thought it was his brother.
I thought it was brother. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I think it's his brother. Because I said when mom and dad died in the house, like I think the brothers that they left in the house.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, that's another like good example. This page highlights what we were talking about earlier, but I didn't actually particularly pull this page in for that reason. I did it for another reason, which is to highlight that this is the first time we actually see Moon Man in some sort of a costume. I'm not entirely sure if this will be the costume moving forward. Granted, it doesn't look bad. It looks super cool. Exactly. I'm just saying that this is the first time we see him wearing some sort of like disguise. And again, it emphasizes the eyes. You can see there his eyes go black and yellow. So it's really cool. And his retinas shrink. Like there's some energy coming out of his eyes as well. Like Charlie mentioned, but when he's streaking quicker, it's like a rainbow effect. Like you can see like a bunch of colors. It's really cool. Yeah. So what, like, I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think is happening? I don't think he's flying. I think he's like using gravity to like propel himself. Like that's what it looks like, at least. I think because he says like at one point of the story, he's like, "Man, you can fly." Like when Mike is talking to him, and he's like, "No, I can't, not exactly." And I'm just like, I think he's like literally launching himself, right?
He said something shifted. Yeah, I don't know if he's shifting gravity. I don't know. Yeah, his powers are. Yeah, I'm still not sure how much he knows about his powers too. Like it was kind of cool. The scene was super cool, and like I'm curious. Like he obviously knows enough to put on a suit to go out there. Like he knows he needs a suit to be able to channel these powers. Like obviously he knows how to activate them. Or I was also wondering, like, is he possessed by something? Like was something kind of taking control and doing this for him? But I don't know what did you guys think? Like did he have this suit just like he was ready to go? Has he gone out like he's gone out as a superhero before? Or
see, now I didn't really think about it that way. I thought he was just trying to protect himself with the suit, but now I'm like, wear protective gear, the helmet, and cover his face so they don't know who he is. But I didn't really think about it.
We do know it is not NASA, so yeah, maybe this is their spacesuits. They do have the very knockoff NASA logo, which is hilarious. It's just the blue circle with the like all the exact same colors and everything, which is pretty funny. So yeah, maybe this is their spacesuits. Maybe this is all they can afford. And yeah, they need to start getting some better personal protective equipment for their employees, because I don't think that's not gonna be safe up in space. This guy's got knee pads on and stuff, but no, it's great. It's a cool design. I love it though.
Yeah. Did you guys catch the No One reference in this?
Where?
Protesters.
No.
They show.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like a circle.
What is it?
Protest like 2 pages before this. I can't show it, but in the crowd you just see
I see it. I see it.
Yeah.
Whoa, good catch, dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So that's kind of cool that like it's not entirely like no one's like is that just Black Market narrative, or is it tied to the Radiant Black universe?
Okay, he's saying it's not connected, but that's one question I wanted to ask you guys is, after reading this in a year or two, like, would you be surprised if this character ever made a small appearance in Radiant Black?
No, like, especially not Supermassive.
Supermassive. I wouldn't be surprised, but like, I would be I wouldn't be surprised if they ever crossed over, but I would be surprised if it became part of the same universe, because
yes, okay,
we're like let's take a step back here. Like one thing I want to say is that I felt like I've read a lot of Kyle Higgins over the years, a lot of different books Kyle Higgins worked on, not just like Radiant Black or Masterverse, obviously way before that as well. And I feel like this one, there's definitely like influence from Scott Mascudi, aka Kid Cudi, because you can really feel his like, you know what I mean. They're both doing different things. I don't know how much of it is like who's doing what, but like I feel like a lot of it is Kid Cudi in the writing. To be honest,
he's
like,
got passion. Like he loves.
I
it.
thought.
This is a passion
I thought
project,
specifically the dialogue, and Matt pointed this out earlier, was very organic, and that was especially a highlight for me. Like it was easy to read. It was very fluid. Like, it was great.
Yeah, so I feel like it was really good. And what I was trying to say was, I don't know if we can safely assume that there won't be a universe of their own here with Moon Man. Like, how do you know there's no Sun Man, or you know what I mean? Like,
get a assistant, a little Robin Lunar lad there.
Exactly.
See, maybe one day,
or Eclipse Man or something. You know,
sidekick.
like how do you...
Day Man, Night Man.
That's a great name for a sidekick, though. Lunar lad. Like you make Micah the brother Lunar lad there. You got Moon Man and Lunar lad. I love that. That's a great name, man. I can't.
You guys can have that, but I know you guys like it was easy to think of. But anyways, I do think that it's possible. This could almost be like an alternate universe. Like this feels very similar to Radiant Black in all the best ways, right? Like this could be like almost like the alternate universe Radiant Black, where we have Moon Man and some other like sun kind of figure or something like that. Not that it has to be like a 1-for-1, but I like the idea of them connecting, and no one's kind of been like lingering in the background. Also,
like,
I'd love to have
for me, like I personally think it's better if it's like Savage Dragon and Spawn, where their own thing, but they can just cross over in different things. Because like I agree with what Parker said. He said like it just doesn't fit in the Massiverse, and I kind of agree, because it's like the Massiverse in some respects, which is what Matt said. Like even when you're reading this issue, you can see like the protesting, the signs around the city. Like Morrow is very similar to Janus, right? Like so, there's that component there. But I think this story is a lot more organic. They're going in different, exploring it through different perspectives. Because when you think about it, like here we have someone on the inside in a way, because Ramon is working for Janus, right? Like he is an astronaut for them, so you still get that perspective from the in and the out, kind of like you do with like Eddie and Bibiana, or someone, pretty much any of the other characters. So there is that component there, but I think that, like I said, they're exploring it through different lenses, and so I think that's gonna like take the story in different directions eventually. I also like I wouldn't be surprised if we see other characters, because who's to say that there aren't other experiments either from other countries or even within the same organizations, or you know what I mean, that are experimenting other things on other people. Plus he wasn't the only.
We already know his crew has powers, right?
Exactly.
Let's get Space Ivan Drago in this. Let's go.
Sorry, go read the book, Joe. We had Joe. He's in here watching. Yeah, go read the book, man.
We don't really have.
We'll be here when you're done. Yeah, no, we haven't gone super heavy, but you'll love it. Get
pick this up. You won't regret it.
And where do we find out his friends or his teammates got powers too?
I don't know if we find out they have powers, but we know that they were with him.
They were into the same. Yeah. So maybe they could have went through the accident and he was the only person to come across some sort of cosmic energy or something.
Now that I'm looking through it again, there's a very little panel of when the 7 minutes was happening, and you could see one of his other astronauts, their eyes also changes to that yellow color.
And I almost guarantee it's going to be Buckley. He's going to be evil in the next couple of issues. He's going to come back. He's going to be a dick.
Maybe won't. I don't know.
That could be, but actually I'm curious. We haven't really gone over and I don't want to stray too off from this, but did you guys have a favorite? This is a question from Owen. Do you guys have a favorite variant cover? I didn't know I forgot about the Christian Ward one, but that was definitely my favorite. I think.
Good question.
That or the Rod Rice.
I think Rod Rice for me, to be honest.
Rod Rice. That one was
cool.
Yeah.
That was really good.
That one's cool.
I was gonna say the Matt Taylor cover.
This is gonna be. This is gonna be a series with a lot of freaking cool covers.
They're really strong by Massiverse standards.
We already have 4 issues solicited, and we like. I feel like maybe these won't be delayed, because like like Kid Cudi's also working on them, and it just feels like now that they have 4 issues mapped out, I don't see why they would be they're not constrained by like the rest of the Massiverse timeline or anything like that. So.
Would they have a couple in the bank at this point? Like, or
I would think so.
I mean, there's 4 solicited, right? Like we've seen.
So
1, 2,
maybe
3,
they've
4
done all
solicited.
4, and now they're 4 ahead.
I think
yeah.
they're.
I know they said the first 6 are done, right? Like what Michael said was, I think the first 6 are done, and this is going to be at least 12 or something like that. But they could go on even longer. So maybe it was just always.
I think they're going to wait to see if Marvel sues, because it's very similar to Fantastic Four, right? Because if they read this thing, they're going to torch it. If someone will sue at the very least.
The Spectacular 7.
Oh, that's great. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's great.
No, but like that's how fresh it is. It feels like a remix of a lot of things that we love, but it is very distinct and unique. And I feel like Ramon seems like a really cool character. I like how he's really like quiet. Like he talked a lot in this issue, but he listens a lot, but he's mostly responding to this world. Like he's thinking a lot, and like something's happened to him that's changed his perspective. Like I'm really interested in this, and I like the way the faces are drawn, especially in crowd shots. Like there's that kind of like. I can't really describe it, but they're not like traditional faces. Almost, there's like a lot of expression. They're almost like twisted in some ways. Like I really dig it.
I wonder. This issue felt like it was very Ramon centered. Like I don't think there was a single panel that had him or was about him. So I'm curious how much of the focus will be on a singular character for the rest of the series.
Yeah, I think we'll stick with him. Like he'll get a lot of the focus. Obviously, he's the main character, but I feel like he's like an insert for Kid Cudi, and like we could not even stick on Earth that long in this. Like I have no idea where this is going. I think we will for a while, but the sky's the limit, really.
Yeah. This also, and I'm sure you've read this, Bash. Vidal is Static Shock. Like at the beginning of this also kind of gave me vibes of that. Like they had a protest and there was a big accident, kind of thing. So yeah, the repercussions of that, who gets these powers, who doesn't. We already know, Ali pointed out at least one person does. So are they good? What motivations do each of these guys have?
That's pretty good. I would read that shit. I'm not gonna lie.
What do you
strong arms?
What do you guys think about the straps? Like, is that just an aesthetic thing? Is that part of his powers? The little ribbons flying around.
The straps on his, I think it's probably an aesthetic thing on his normal suit.
Maybe it's a fetish. No, I'm just kidding.
Could be. Hey, could be.
Maybe he's like,
because I don't think he used them for anything specific, but they do look.
He'll be going Doc Ock with these. He'll be hanging with them and stuff like that.
This is a really good question from Parker, because like if it's, I don't know, man, if it were up to Kyle Higgins, I feel like it would take a bit longer because he likes to really build up. Like we're like what, like 28, 27 issues that's already in black, and we still don't know a lot about too much, right?
I give it to the finale of the first arc, so like issue 6.
I think we'll at least get a peek.
Yeah. I agree with the guys.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to have a full issue.
I assumed it was going to be pretty early, just considering where this issue ended. He's kind of already going to be speaking to this entity we know, or whatever cosmic energy this is. But yeah, they very much could sidetrack it for a bit and kind of come around to that later, which I would love. But yeah, no, that's he very well could. He could wait a couple arcs, but I hope it's sooner rather than later.
I do it on issue 7.
Yeah, I do. I felt like when I read this book that unless people give it a reread, like they might feel like that, like not enough happened. And then a few people I talked to did end up saying that, but they really like Kid Cudi, or they really like some of the dialogue, so they're like, I'll give it a shot. And I think honestly that's what made a lot of people who didn't like reading Black tap out of it. To be honest with you, is that like whenever I asked them why, they said like the first issue was solid, but it felt like just like anything else that's like relatively good. There wasn't anything that was like special. And I think part of it is like maybe a little bit more was missing. But in this one, I feel like honestly, there was a lot of really good world building. And if you can appreciate, like if you're someone who's read a few comics, you can appreciate and you can see what they're going for here. You can tell that there's a lot they're setting up. So I'm in it for at least like 3 or 4 issues. And then I'll see if I would say I want to stick with it. But right now I'm really into it, and I'm going to I have it on my pull list.
Yeah.
What about you got it on the pull? Let's go around. We go Firefly. Sorry, I didn't.
It's on there.
Yeah.
It's on there.
Yeah. Charlie?
I don't have a pull list anymore, unfortunately. It's my comics shut down. Thanks for reminding me. No, I just get it digitally. I get it every week.
Yeah, I'll be throwing this on the poll myself. I mean, digital's fun, but I mean, like, this is really engaging. I like it. Probably my third favorite first issue of the Massiveverse. I know it's not Massiveverse, but of the ones I read, probably not. Maybe not above No One for me, because No One took a lot, and that's really like completed. I have to revisit that, but like just under Rogue Sun and Radiant Black for me for first issue.
I wonder, like, I'm still curious, like going back to the scene here. One of my favorite scenes, like just the one, it might have been the only full page spread in the whole issue, but the big black hole where he's looking down, like you get the first person shot of like his feet looking down at him at the black hole. Like that's as he's listening to this music. And I just picture, I picture this scene kind of $60 roll of paper towels. I hope not.
Yeah, I thought it was his big tip.
Believable now.
I thought he was showing her how big his tip was.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, for sure. But no, I'm curious what this song is, because he pulls this song out of his box and he plays it. He's reminiscing over it. So I don't know if it's a song he wrote himself or it's an old song. But yeah, I think that would be super cool if they could tie the songs he's making kind of into the story, for sure. But they don't have to, obviously. But I think that'd be kind of cool.
I mean, this would be the first time.
Figure would look
we have deep cuts, right?
Yeah, that's true. Deep cuts, 100%. And this guy shatters his phone. We see that. But yeah, his powers, we get some things on display. We see him like use his gravity to like pick up a camera at the protest. We kind of, that was also a cool page. That was like that was also a full page spread of him giving the guy back his camera and then kind of showing like it's kind of him just flashing over to the big moon and kind of the explosion there. So yeah, there's a few moments that just have so many questions, but yeah, I just can't wait to understand the meaning behind everything.
Yeah,
I will say they ended on a good note that really leaves you wanting more.
Oh yeah, definitely. 100%. Like, I want more of this. This was the first issue where it's like it didn't like blow my mind, but like it's a really good first issue. To like you said, the more you look back on it, the better it is. But I want more. I need more of the arc, and I feel like the more we get of the story, the better the first issue look. Like you go back and read the first issue, Radiant Black, or a few of those ones after like the first like 15 issues. Like there's so much more stuff there, and I think that this is no different.
Yeah. Do you think this will have like a big moment like Radiant Black 4 or Rogue Sun 4 where there's going to be something huge that happens in issue 4? The signature Higgins with
issue
4.
Yeah, I would say probably, yeah. There's a good chance of that. But yeah, I really love the dynamic between Micah. Really, I just wanted to point this out. Micah and Ramon, really. Like he's so against like the company he's working for, Ramon's working for, and everything. But I love his reasoning behind it. In the one panel, he actually explains everything back to Micah. It was a beautiful panel, kind of just shows the city with a bunch of kind of cool abstract art in the back, but just telling him that NASA, it was kind of weird. He said was NASA not paying him enough, or he couldn't make a living from NASA, which I thought was kind of weird. I would think NASA pays pretty good. Ramon doesn't seem to be on it.
Interesting. So maybe they're going to get all the credit for the flight, and he's like a hidden figure kind of deal on there who actually went out. And
that's true. That's true.
That's good.
But yeah, he's basically saying like NASA wasn't paying the bills, so we had to go do this because this sketchy company was paying a lot more. So he kind of had to do this to support his family and make that sacrifice. So I thought that was kind of an important point there. But yeah, he did work for NASA before, right? Or I'm actually not sure. Maybe
he did.
He did. So yeah, that's why I was. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, NASA wasn't paying him enough. I guess. Yeah, mortgage is expensive nowadays. So yeah, can't
All right. Well, guys, we have a poster to give away right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give away the poster, the U.S. Canada only. Okay, please, for the sake of the wallets, and then we'll give away the comic, but the comic book, we'll just let you guys leave a comment. Everyone who's in the live is already going to be entered into the giveaway. leave a comment, and then we'll pick a giveaway winner for the comic book on Monday. We'll give some people some time to participate as well. Obviously, if you missed the live show, you'll still be able to find this on YouTube, so don't worry about that.
Respects to Joe. He just showed up. He didn't even read the book yet. So
right.
just shout out to Joe.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. We'll see. Let's see. Good luck. Good luck. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be. I'm gonna pull this thing up here while the guys tell you what we've got coming up on the podcast, on the show.
Well, real quick before we move on from Moonman, if you guys look at the last page, okay, when he says "What are you?" and he's back like in space, is it just me or does that look like a face of something?
Yeah, there's something in mouth I see to that, and like
what are you? Who are you? Yeah, I'm not sure what this thing is, but yeah, that's pretty exciting. But no, we Dead Lucky also came out today for other Massiveverse fans. So yeah, that was kind of closing out that arc. It's sad. We believe it's closing out. I don't think it's not 100% confirmed yet. I still don't know if we know that it's 100% confirmed.
We'll speculate.
Closing, but yeah, we'll talk about that. I believe we're planning on doing that tomorrow, so hopefully we'll have Dead Lucky out soon. So yeah,
make sure you comment right now if you want to be entered into the giveaway. Comment anything. I got Parker, Owen, Greg, Joe. It says there's 5 people, so I'm missing 1 person. So anyone else wants to be entered into the giveaway for the poster, comment right now. I do want to say, guys, we also have Radiant Black getting pushed a bit. Radiant Black 28.5 is originally meant to be next week, but now it says it's February 28th, so at the end of the month, at the end of the upcoming month. Hopefully it doesn't get. Hopefully we need Radiant Black in February, right? Like if there's no Radiant Black February, like that would suck. But for those of you who also haven't heard, Rogue Sun is not canceled. Rogue Sun is still going on.
Sorry, Greg. It seems we broke the Greg about Radiant Black. Sorry for ruining your day. But no, hopefully. I hope that, like, if they delay it a month, I hope that's for the sake of now they can start dropping them more consistently, kind of thing. Like postponing one hopefully means that they can kind of get them in month to month. But yeah, we'll hope. We know they're busy over there, so
still 2 issues at a time.
Yeah,
that'd be tough.
Yeah, Rogue Sun too. Rogue Sun.
Oh yeah. Oh, geez.
Next week.
Yeah. And the Infernal's coming up in a couple weeks as well. Yes. So it's going to be a good month. I do want to say I love Basuto's design in all these books. I think it goes understated. Like we do say it, but like they look so freaking clean and so legit. Like it's like you're opening up like a document. It's like when you're looking at like House of X, Fall of X, that kind of stuff. Like I love that layout too. Like so good.
Guys, drum roll. The winner of the giveaway is
Parker. Congrats.
Congratulations, Parker.
That's a Weezer font, by the way. It looks like the Weezer album's on there. There's no yellow yet.
Anyway,
congrats, Parker.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Congratulations. If you want the just send a DM to Firefly aka Ali, and he'll get you hooked up. It should be Firefly in Discord, on the Radiant Black Discord. If you can't find him, just let me know. Take care of that. Congratulations. Won the big ass poster. By the way, those posters, you can buy them. I don't know if anyone knows this. That's what makes them cool. You cannot buy them. You could if like a store sells them, but like they're not meant to be sold. They're meant to be.
They're not for sale.
They're not for sale. Yeah. So
it's not. It's a bootleg. Call image immediately.
Exactly.
No,
I mean if you got Todd on speed dial, that's a different. that's a different situation entirely. So.
Yeah,
you can see it from the moon or in one guy's powers. I mean, I don't know if he's talking about the comic, but if you're talking about the poster, definitely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for our Moonman #1 review and giveaway. Just remember that if you want to have a chance to win the copy of #1. Remember, there's already a second print coming out, so there might be some heat. I don't know. It's still Wednesday, but if you want a friend to check it out, just tell them to, leave a comment, and we'll enter you into the giveaway. So thank you so much for checking out the stream. We'll see you next time for some Dead Lucky and Radiant Black. Stay radiant, stay lunar. See you next time.